Hello, it's me again. I'm now down in Salobrena. This is actually my second day. I just got back from having taken a week, and I thought I'd just show you this little. This is the lounge of the place that I'm in, and up there is like up there to the terrace outside. But would you believe it's actually raining at the moment? You know, one of those weird things. You come all the way to Spain, especially the last week where it's been pretty warm, should we say, and by all accounts, pretty exceptionally warm as well. I know it's warm in the UK at the moment. I don't know when you're going to see this, but I've read in like an English newspaper that they do down here. Excuse me, and apparently that was rather exceptional weather that we had in Seville, where it was getting up to 45 degrees, and Cordoba and Granada and other places as well, even in the north of Spain. The weather was pretty exceptional, and I understand that even in the UK, the hottest September day on record, so something's happening. But coming down here on the coast, it's cooler. Yesterday was a normal day, I suppose you could call it that. As I'm staying in a friend's house here, which is quite nice actually, because it's great moving around and being in the hotels and that, but there's a sort of on the road sort of feeling to it. But then you come to a place like this, and I'm here for I think 8 nights altogether, and you can settle a little bit, and you can relax a little bit because you're the only person here, and the house is yours type of thing. It's not like you're in a hotel. We've got a key. Well, you got a key, obviously, but you know what I mean. You've got a room. You've got several rooms. I mean, this place has got 4 bedrooms. This place and a couple of bathrooms and that sort of stuff, plus an enormous roof terrace as well, which I spent most of the day on. But as I said, it's a bit dark out there at the moment. So yes, so I mean, I came down here yesterday. I came down on the bus, and as I said, this is a sort of a different feel. And in fact, I've spent, especially yesterday, but even today to a certain extent, thinking I should be doing something. I should be up early. I should be out there looking at something or walking around or doing something. Yes, I've been wandering around the town and exploring it a bit more. I mean, I was here last year for a week or so, so I know the town reasonably well. But I've even explored other bits of it this in the last day or so that I wasn't sure about. So I've had a wander around, discovered other places, etc., etc. But there is that feeling. Oh no, I should be doing it. But you think no, this the whole reason. One of the reasons for coming here was that at the end of the trip, after going to Seville and going to Cordoba and then to Granada. That was the hectic time, all the sightseeing and everything, and brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Saw some amazing things, and I'm very, very glad that I did it, even with the heat and everything else. And it's quite very much the experience. I know I had comments from people on photos and stuff like that. And straight away, I will say that here, there isn't any internet in the house. One of the bars that I used to use last year that had free Wi-Fi hasn't got it this year. There's supposedly free Wi-Fi up by the town hall, but I forgot how you pronounce it. But that we won't connect. It's one of those sort of things. I found a little internet cafe not far down the road. It's my friend Hilary owns this house. Told me about it. I finally found it, but I don't want to spend all that time in there messing about on that type of thing. So I dip in and out of that. So really, it's sort of a bit of a digital detox in some ways. So I'm out of it now, but that's quite nice because it then makes you relax a little bit. I mean, I spent most of today because the weather here, as I said, it's raining today, but it's been quite breezy today, and it started off fairly cloudy. It all burnt off. I went down, to wander around, did some various bits and pieces, and went and sat on the beach for a while. But it was so windy. Windy for here. It was actually quite like being on a British beach in the summer type of thing. It's still warm and it's still sunny, but there were a few clouds scattering around. But it was quite breezy, and I thought, no, I'm going to come back. And I spent most of the day sort of sat on the terrace outside, reading and listening to music and all that sort of stuff. Just being sort of fairly chilled out and fairly normal actually. But tonight went out, as I said, and went down to a restaurant. One that I went to last year, they've moved locations, but as I said, it was quite blowy again, and these clouds sort of built up over the mountains behind the hills, behind the town here. Salobrena, if you look behind it, and I will do a video and show you some sort of sights of it. Unfortunately, I can't upload any photos, but it looks amazing. It's sort of Sierra Nevada mountains are behind it, and incredible sort of views. But they're sort of shrouded in cloud tonight, and then sat down, having said it, and then it started raining. and everyone's getting excited, but the locals are getting excited because it's raining. I mean, and nothing. It's not like a thunderstorm or anything like that, but it's just raining, And it only lasted for about 20 minutes. But the owner of the restaurant was getting excited because of his mango trees would like it. And even the expats, and there were a few of those around as well, that sort of getting excited. They thought, oh, this is quite a novelty. And I felt the same way, actually, after the last week of sort of quite exceptional heat and walking around and getting very hot and bothered and all that type of thing. Now that sort of smell that you get when you're at home where hasn't rained for a long time, it's sort of warm and it's dusty and it's hot, and then the rain comes down, you get that wonderful smell. Well, imagine what it's like here, because I asked the owner of the restaurant, I said, well, just out of interest, because he was getting excited, as I said, when did it last rain? He said, and he had to think about this, and he said, March, I think it was. He said, the summer's been absolutely amazing. He said, well, no, hang on a minute. No, he said, it did rain for 10 minutes one night in July. So you can imagine what the smell was like here of that, the nice wet ground. As I said, it didn't rain for that long. So I just wandered back and it started spitting around with rain again. But I mean, it's nothing special, but it certainly cools it down. So experiencing another different aspect of Spanish life in that respect as well. But all good so far. Thoroughly enjoying it, as I said, and it's nice to be in somewhere that's a little bit different. You can just sit down and relax, use the house as your own. And basically do what you want. I'm thinking about going and sitting on the terrace and even braving a few raindrops, because that's what us Brits do. So anyway, I'll probably speak to you again some other time. Adios.